Welcome friends, let us continue to study steam generator on my YouTube channel. In today's lecture, we are going to study construction and working of Babcock and Wilcox boiler. So this one is the sketch for the Babcock and Wilcox boiler. Here you can see that this one is the large boiler drum and it is mounted on brickwork. So this one you can say this is a brickwork. And tubes are connected to the drum using this downtake header and uptake header. And between downtake header and uptake header, number of tubes are connected. The combustion chamber you can see here, it's provided at the bottom side of the you can say boiler drum, and it is the outside of the boiler drum. And this one is the place for the chimney. So before we study the construction and working of the Babcock and Wilcox boiler, first of all we will study the classification. It means in which category the Babcock and Wilcox boiler is classified. Horizontal drum. So as the boiler drum is horizontal, or the orientation of the boiler drum is horizontal, it is known as the horizontal boiler. Stationary. As we have discussed, it is mounted on a construction work. So it is a stationary boiler. Multi-tube. Because there are number of tubes are there, or more than one tube are there, it is known as the multi-tube boiler. Externally fired. Because the burning of fuel takes place outside the boiler drum. So it is known as the externally fired boiler. Water tube boiler. So as the tubes are located outside the boiler and it is connected to the boiler drum, so you can see that the water enters into the tube from the drum through downtake header and it goes up from the uptake header. So from the tube water passes and outside the tube hot gases are there. So it is known as the water tube boiler. And natural circulation. So here the circulation of water is natural. It means the water circulates naturally due to the density difference, and therefore it is known as the natural circulation type boiler. Construction. On construction of fire brick wall, boiler drum is placed. So this one is, you can say, fire brick wall, and on the fire brick wall the boiler drum is placed. With the boiler drum, uptake header and downtake headers are connected. So this one is the downtake header and this one is the uptake header. So the downtake header and uptake headers are connected with the boiler drum. Both the headers are connected through number of inclined external tubes. So this is the downtake header, this one is the uptake header, and both headers are connected through number of tubes. And these are known as the, you can say, inclined external tubes. On the ground, at one end of the boiler drum, combustion chamber is located, while on the other end, chimney is provided. It means that on the ground, at the one end of the boiler drum. So this one is the boiler drum, and this is one end. So at one end, the combustion chamber is located, and on other end the chimney is provided. Now let us study the working of the Babcock and Wilcox boiler. Initially, half of the boiler drum is filled up with the water. So you can see here the half of the water is filled up inside the boiler drum. So water from downtake header flows into the inclined water tubes. So water now enters from the downtake header and it is filled up in all the tubes, or it is filled up in all the water tubes, and also it is known as the water tube bundles. Fuel is supplied to the combustion chamber and burned. So here at the bottom, or the bottom, the fuel is supplied and the fuel is burnt. hot gases move up and come into contact with the inclined water tubes and heat the water. So, due to the burning of the fuel, hot gases or the smokes are generated. They move upward and come into contact with the inclined tubes through which water is circulated, and due to that the hot gases heat the water and convert the water into steam. As the water is heated, its density reduces and tries to move up through uptake header, and the inclined shape of the tube also helps the water to move up. So as the hot gases come into contact with the water is heated, and as the water is heated, its density reduces, and as the density reduces, it tries to move up, and so the less density hot water moves up automatically without the need of any pump through uptake header, and through downtake header fresh water having high density enters into the tubes. So it is known as the natural circulation boiler. As the water moves up from the uptake header, empty place of tube is filled by fresh, cold and high density water naturally. In this way, flow of water continues due to the density difference. Between the combustion chamber and chimney, baffle plates are arranged in such a way that hot gases moves in zigzag, or that is the sine wave path. So you can see this one is you can say the place where hot gases are generated, and this one is the chimney. So if the baffle plates or the vertical construction is not there, then what can happen? Hot gases directly can move into the chimney. But to ensure that hot gases remain in contact with the tubes more number of time, the construction as well as the baffle plates are located in such a way that hot gases moves in a zigzag path. It means it moves up, then it moves down, and then it moves you can say to the chimney. So it is nothing but a sine wave path. Then hot gases enter into the chimney located at the other end of the combustion chamber. Damper is also provided to regulate the temperature of hot gas. So at the bottom of the chimney, the damper is provided. So if the temperature of hot gases is sufficiently high, then the damper is closed and the hot gases is not required to escape, and it requires to hit the water continuously until its temperature reduces sufficiently. The different mountings coupled with the Babcock and Wilcox boiler are pressure gauge, water level indicator, 2 safety valves, blow-off cork, feed check valve, steam stop valve and fusible plug. Some of the accessories that can be connected with the Babcock-Wilcox boiler are superheater, economizer, air preheater, feed pump and anti-priming pipe. Kindly ask your queries in the comment box of the video. Also, kindly like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.